Today I wanted to speak about the It's My Life clip video because it's joyful and funny, and especially the US version is very funny, but then I thought, okay, I will have talked about all the funny ones first and all the sad ones then. It's going to be depressing because we are going to laugh and then we are going to cry during several weeks. So I prefer to mix and match and I will keep the It's My Life for after. So I'm going to talk about the video Living in Another World, the video and the lyrics, because for once the two work very well together, what is rather rare because usually in the Tok videos, clip videos, you have the lyrics, and when you see the images it has not much to do with the lyrics, but for once I see a very strong link between the both, and that's interesting. The song itself, I mean the music, is not especially sad, but it's not joyful either. I have a friend in Paris. I told him that I was going to do a video about that, and he went to check the clip video by Tok, and he told me that it was not joyful, so we had the same idea. And he also told me that it was making him think of hell somehow, and I understand what he means. And he also told me that there was a strong opposition, a difference between Hollis and the two others in the way of being in the clip video, and I agree with him. What I'm telling you here in this video, it's not the Hollis idea, it's my idea. I'm not saying that what I say is true and it's exactly the right, the truth about this clip video. It's just my own translation about this video, this music and these lyrics. The first time I watched this video, I felt very uncomfortable. And very surprised too, because I had the feeling that I missed something, that I didn't understand well what was going on there, or that what I was understanding was probably not the right thing to understand, more exactly, because I was understanding something, but I thought, no, I must imagine that, it must not be that. I had the feeling that the video, the clip video, was not finished, was not complete, and I still have this feeling. I was also very surprised because for once, I could see all the different Hollis faces in one clip video. When I say different Hollis faces, it's because in It's My Life he looks by a way. In Such a Shame he looks by another way. Then when he put his sunglasses, for example in Dum Dum Girl, he still looks different. Then we can see him in this period, Living in Another World, or even Life's What You Make It, and he looks different. And then we see him in I Believe in You, and he looks completely different. He doesn't have his sunglasses anymore, and he looks like another person. And you know, at the beginning, not in the 80s, but now, when I was watching all his faces like that, I was a little confused because it was like if he was a different person each time, and I didn't manage to make the links between all these images, even though I knew that it was the same person, of course. But it's like, it's not only the look which changes, it's also the behavior and the way of being which is different. and that was very confusing for me. And with his sunglasses, I couldn't make the link with when he was in the clip video. Such a shame, because in Such a Shame he doesn't have his sunglasses, so we can see his expression and his eyes, and then we can't see that. So all this was a little disturbing for me, because it was like, okay, I love Marcolis, but which Marcolis, which one? And you can't only like one image. It was very difficult for me to make the links between the different Marcolis faces. And in this video, all the faces are together, because he has his rather long hair, with the hair in front of his face, but he doesn't wear his sunglasses, so at least we can check that the person we saw in Such a Shame is well the same person that we are seeing here. And then when he has the hair on the back, going at the back, we recognize him when he has short hair, and you will see there are so many different expressions and feeling in this clip, that it's like if we had several persons on one video. It's absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie, this video is not a fun video. I mean fun, no, it's not a funny video. It's fun, but it's not funny. It's not joyful, it's rather pretty sad, so prepare your Kleenex, you are going to cry. Just before I start, I will talk just about the title, Living in Another World. Okay, living in another world, we understand, it's very simple. But he says in the song, living in another world to you. So, for a French woman like me, this sentence is a little confusing, because does it mean living in another world to you in the sense I live in a world which is different from you, or which is far from you? Or is it living in another world to you, in direction, going to you in the direction of you, in your direction? I think that he means that he lives in a world which is different from the person. That's what I suppose. But I can guarantee it, because I'm French and English is not my first language, so I may make mistakes. It may happen. Another thing that I wanted to say before I start. We think that it's a song about a problem in a love story. There is a problem there. We can understand it like that. But I think that Marcolis was also speaking about something else that I will explain to you. I may be wrong. That's my own idea. I'm not saying that I have the truth here. I'm just saying how I'm going to tell you how I understand the song. Because he says things by a certain way. I'm not as talented as Marcolis to write lyrics, but there are words that I could have written myself, because I absolutely get what he's saying, and I'm not talking about a love story here. It's something completely different. For me, this song is the expression of depression, nervous breakdown, depression, psychological depression. I'm not saying that Marcolis was in a depression. I'm just saying that the song seems to speak about that. And when I saw the images of the clip video, it's like if the depression was put in images. It was incredible. I know about that, because I lived a depression years ago, and I know exactly how it is. And it's like if I was seeing on my screen the translation, exactly what I was living inside. That's why this clip video is very interesting, and I wouldn't say very well done. It's partly very well done. Um, it's really good, but there are things in it which disturb me a little, and I will tell you what. So okay, now I'm going to start with the clip video. So you see here he has his hair in front of his face. What is exceptional is that he doesn't have his sunglasses. So I'm very glad, because at least we can see his expression, his eyes. It's more alive, I would say. People crying. You know, during 1 second, I saw him exactly how he was when, for his first album, when he had very short hair. When he's singing, he has a way of almost closing his eyes. And during 1 second, I saw him younger. So that's interesting. I love when we are able to see his eyes, because at least we can really feel what he wants to say. It's much more warm, I would say. There's no sense in loving you. Look at that. Help me find a way from dismay. So you see here, he's slightly smiling because he has the piano who moves alone, and that is, I don't think it's a fake smile. I think he's really smiling, but you will see then. You saw that he has there is these things which turns really fast, and he's turning his head too, so there is really a link between this image and his face, and it's really, really well done. I absolutely love this part. You see how he's turning his face. It's absolutely incredible. I absolutely love when he has the hair going at the back, because we can really see his face, and he's look, he is such a beautiful man. So you saw that. You know, I love when he's smiling. I have nothing to say about that. I absolutely love his smile. The problem here is that I have the feeling that it is a fake smile, that he has been asked to smile because he looked too sad before. And of course, the aim of a clip video is not to make everybody cry, but I don't have the feeling that it is a genuine smile, and it makes me feel more sad when I see that. I think it's not, there is something not right here, you know. So you see how they look completely anonymous here. They are like musicians. We can barely see Paul Webb. They are very separate from Hollis, where everything is on his face, exactly like in Such a Shame. It's built a little like in Such a Shame, except that in Such a Shame there was really a spirit. There was really an excellent idea. Here the idea is excellent, but the feeling, The joy is not there anymore. That is the problem, I think. Beautiful smile, but fake smile again. Sad. And look at that. You will see. You see, he climbed on the piano and there is the noise of the piano, like just when he's falling. Same thing, the combination between the image and the sound is absolutely perfect here. Look at that. Same thing, fake smile. You know, it makes me think of a TV show from the 70s, an English TV show named The Avengers. There is an episode where there are big clocks on a wall, and there are some people climbing on the clocks, and there are people who are killed, and it's kind of like a nightmare. And this image makes me think exactly of The Avengers. You know, with John Steed and Emma Peel. I don't know if you know that, but it's very famous. Look at that. It looks like a nightmare, you know? And look at that. You see the hair. So the hair is coming from the back now. It makes him a very strange face, but I absolutely love that. Help me find a way from this maze, living in another world to you. So this part, I really don't like it. You know, when Paul Webb is coming out like that. Okay, I'm just going to stop 1 minute. I have the feeling, but I may be wrong, you know, my idea is maybe completely wrong, but I have the feeling that they asked Paul Webb to do that and to make the funny guy because Mark Hollis is too sad and they have difficulties to have him joyful. So they probably asked Paul Webb to come and do the clown somehow. The problem is that Paul Webb doesn't have the same sense of humor as Mark Hollis has. Mark Hollis, it's much more Monty Python style, you know. I love Mark Hollis' sense of humor. It really makes me laugh. Paul Webb, it's funny, but it's not the same kind of sense of humor, so it doesn't fit here. And it really disturbs me a lot. And Leah Reese is at the back, and it's like I don't see even the point that he's there because I don't see what he's doing. Probably Lee Harris has some air coming from the back, and Mark Hollis also has some air coming from his back. So Paul Webb is in the middle. That's why he has all his hair going up. So it makes them having a very strange and funny face. But beside that, I don't really see the point of this part. So you see, that is the last image of the clip video. I love this image. That is very interesting. The problem is that the song is not complete. They just put 2 chorus, and I think there is 3 chorus in the song. You know, it's funny because now that I started this video and talking about living in another world, I just understood something else. As I was saying, we can imagine that he's speaking about a woman, and we can also think that he's speaking about depression and the fact that he doesn't want to create and to do his job anymore. Now, when I think of the clip video where there is a piano and he seems to be fighting with the instruments because of the wind and the air coming all over. The woman maybe is not the woman. Maybe the problem is with the music. Better parted, I see people crying. Truth gets harder. There's no sense in lying. Better parted, so maybe he wants to go away. I see people crying. I don't know if he's speaking about people or if he's speaking about himself or if he's speaking about a woman. Truth gets harder. It's more and more difficult for him to say the truth or to live the truth or to convey the truth. There's no sense in lying. We know that when we are in show business, we very often the artists have to lie or to do things that are not really true, just for the audience or because they are asked to do such things. But most of artists, well, most, I don't know, many artists don't like doing that. Help me find my way from this maze. I can help myself, so that is very clear. When I see tenderness before you left, forget that even breaking up was never meant. So we can think about that for music too. He never said, I'm leaving the music industry, I'm going to stop working. He never said that. He just left, and without saying a word, you know. But only angels look before they tread. Forget. That is in the lyrics sentence that I have in my mind all the time, and I'm not sure to understand what it means exactly. It means that only angels look before they tread. It means that he doesn't do that, so he can stumble, he can fall down. So living in another world to you, living in another world to you, living in another world to you. Then he says, better parted, I see people hiding. So he is speaking about himself. He is hiding. He's hiding behind his sunglasses. He's hiding behind his hair. He's hiding from the audience. At a point he was hiding. He's still hiding, actually. Speech gets harder. He has difficulties to talk to the media, to do interviews, to speak about his music, to speak on stage. Before, at the beginning, he was speaking a lot on stage. He was like, hello you. He was very joyful. And then he was just singing and then saying thank you very much, and that was basically it. There's no sense in writing. I could say for me, there's no sense in painting. That's exactly what I felt when I was in a depression. I was hiding behind sunglasses, but you know why? Not because I was a star, because I was crying all the time, and I didn't want people to know that I was crying, so I was hiding myself behind sunglasses, and people thought that I was pretentious and that I was acting like if I was a star, and I was hearing them saying bad things about me, but I couldn't even answer because I didn't even want people to know that I was crying, and I didn't even want people to know about my situation, which was a love problem, actually a marriage problem. I didn't want to talk about that. So speech, and I couldn't even call people on phone. During almost 1 year, I couldn't call anybody on phone. So speech gets harder. I get completely what he's saying here. there's no sense in writing. For me, that's someone who is not able to write anymore because he is completely not motivated anymore. You know, when we are in a depression, we are unable to do anything. And less we do, more we are in a depression. So it's like a vicious circle. Less we do, more we are depressed, and more we are depressed, less we do, and it never ends. It's like if I'm reading the lyrics that I could have written when I was in depression. I was not writing much, but I was painting. I was supposed to be painting, and I couldn't paint anymore. And then help me find a way from this maze. I can't help myself. When I see tenderness before you left, forget that even breaking up was never meant. Forget, but only angels look before they tread. Forget, living in another world 3 times. And help me find a way from this maze. I'm living in another world to you, and I can't help myself. Did I see tenderness when you saw hell? So does it mean that he's speaking about a woman? We don't know. He may be speaking about the music industry or about the people around him, about, yeah, he saw tenderness, but around him it was hell. Did I see angels in the hand I held? You see, it makes me think of someone very sensitive who saw paradise and angels and tenderness, and actually it was hell around him. We can understand it like that. God only knows what kind of tale you tell. So he may be speaking about someone, but he may be speaking about, yes, the music industry, the tale that the records company say to the audience to sell the music. Or the lyrics are awfully sad. It's very sad, and it's like a nightmare. Yes, the song is about a nightmare. It's like if he's describing a nightmare and a depression, something like that. First, I think that this video is not complete. It's like if they started a project and they didn't finish it. I think that Hollis is there without being there. At the beginning he's there, he's playing the game, then it seems like if they had to ask Paul Webb to continue the game, and they had to make it shorter. Maybe because the song was too long for the TV and the radios, that is a possibility. Or maybe because they had no more ideas to do on this clip. I don't know. It's strange because usually Team Pop, yes, it's a Team Pop who made this video. Usually Team Pop is really very precise and do the things very perfectly. And it's a lot of thought before filming. The idea is wonderful with this wind which comes first from the front and then from the back, and it gives them a very strange look. I absolutely love the idea. The problem is that it seems like if they wanted to do a remake of Such a Shame, by giving like a strange feeling, and for the strange feeling they managed to do it. It really looks like a nightmare, like it makes me think of this episode of the Avengers with the background which is black. They perfectly convey this idea of depression. Hollis is fighting with the wind, with the piano, with all the other instruments, gears which are there. And when we are in a depression, exactly have this feeling. We have the feeling that everything gets harder to do, that we have to fight against everything. And speech gets harder, truth gets harder. So that's exactly the idea. Everything is hard. He has to fight, and he wants to go there, but the wind is pushing him there. When you are in a depression, it's exactly the feeling that you have. Everything is sad. It's like if there was a gray veil above everything. And you have a completely different perception of what you used to see nice and wonderful, and suddenly you see the same thing, exactly the same thing, dark and sad and awful. That is depression. That's exactly what I felt. When I watched this video for the first time, I was kind of shocked because I thought they made a video about my depression. And I thought, no, it's not possible. I see what I want to see on this video, and I probably didn't understand what they are meaning with these images. But then when I read the lyrics, that I knew partly but not completely, I understood that I was not imagining all that. I was not imagining all this. This is a very sad video. Partly well done. I would say well done, but unfinished. Not complete. The intention is great. Hollis is there without being there. He seems sad. Every time I watch this video, I want to say stop. Stop the music. Stop everything. We need to talk to him. We need to do something for him. And I love the music, I love the song. When you hear it on stage, it's absolutely incredible. It's not even sad or joyful. It's more sad than joyful, but it's huge, it's big, but it's hell also. I like this video. I just don't like the end. I have nothing against Paul Webb. He seems a very nice guy. It's just that his way of making us laugh doesn't make me laugh. Maybe it's going to make someone else laugh because everybody doesn't have the same sense of humor as I have. However, I don't see what is meaning Paul Webb in this part at the end. I don't see the point of that. I don't understand what they wanted to show there, because it's like we understand the beginning. It's obviously the translation of a depression, and then we see Paul Webb coming out like from a box, you know, like the Pandora box, I don't know, and doing the clown, playing dumb. And what is the meaning of that? If you have any ideas, please tell me, because I would be very, very curious to know what you think about this clip video. What do you see in it? I love it. I just love it. It just makes me feel very sad for Hollis. But maybe I'm imagining all that. It's possible. I would like to be wrong, you know. I would like to know that he was very joyful when he made this video, and that I'm completely wrong. But I'm afraid I'm not imagining all this, because he speaks about depression so well. I'm not saying that he was in a depression, but maybe he knows how a depression is. You know, in spite of the not perfect end, I would say, I absolutely love this video. There is something very fascinating in this video. I love it. I love the song anyway. I love the song, and I love the video too. I don't love the video as much as I love Such a Shame. Probably because I prefer laughing than crying. I prefer seeing Hollis happy than sad. Yeah, I want to laugh. I'm craving for laughing. probably because I spent too much time in my life crying. I'm fed up with that.